Hall of Mount Prospect. Welcome to tonight's PM Magazine. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Lederman, and guess what? We're playing Pac-Man, the most popular game in the red-hot video games industry. We're going to show you how it's made and how it's played right here in Chicago and see why millions of people have become Pac-Maniacs. But first, let's check in with Joanne to find out what's on the rest of the show.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, I'm Joanne Williams at the Rubus Game Room on State Street. It amazes me the things people do to occupy their idle time, whether it's playing a video game or maybe doing some special hobby, especially when they don't have a date. That's why in our second story tonight, we're going to Toledo to look at a radio program known as Desperate and Dateless. Also this evening, Chef Tell shops for leeks and prepares a tasty quiche, and we have some good ideas for indoor gardeners, things that cost $1 or less. You can lose more than $1 playing Pac-Man, and Michael's going to tell you all about Pac-Mania.
Anyone who's ever put a quarter into a video game certainly knows this sound. It belongs to a game called Pac-Man. But Pac-Man is more than just another video game. It's rapidly becoming an international craze, known appropriately as Pac-Mania. This little yellow guy has a big appetite. He eats dots and blue monsters. He also gobbles up quarters, as much as $12 million worth of quarters each week. He's Pac-Man, the biggest video game in the short but rich history of the multi-billion-dollar video games business. And all over the country, in bars, bowling alleys, arcades, even yogurt stores, millions of people are falling in love with him.
I like the little guys to go by and jump on everything. Little Pac-Man is so cute. It is, it's so cute.
Space Invaders seems boring, you know, you just shoot at the dudes, but in Pac-Man it's more exciting.
What makes Pac-Man cute?
Because his little metal.
What you have to do in Pac-Man is use a control stick to guide the yellow fellow through maze after maze, eating dots and assorted other goodies to pick up points, while at the same time avoiding these persistent monsters that look like gumdrops with eyes and are always in pursuit. A wrong turn and your Pac-Man quickly goes to video heaven. But a skillful player can lead his guy ahead of the meanies, pile up points, and even turn the tables on the bad guys. You do that by digesting a big dot. That turns the monsters blue and makes them fair game for the Pac-Man. Chopping out all four monsters not only earns you 1,600 bonus points, but also gives you that unmatched feeling of revenge.
We feel that Pac-Man is perhaps the most universally accepted video game that's ever been created.
Stan Jarocki is vice president of Chicago's Midway Manufacturing Company. Midway brought Pac-Man over from its native Japan, and now the factory turns out over 500 Pac-Man games a day. So far, over 70,000 games have been made of Pac-Man. That's more than Space Invaders, more than Asteroids. When it comes to video games, Pac-Man is king.
Demand for Pac-Man, for new Pac-Man games, is probably greater today than it was 4 or 5 months ago. It's like a snowball rolling down a very steep hill. It seems to gather momentum as it goes down the hill. But I believe that a game of this type could reach 100,000 or more.
It only takes about 40 minutes to put together a Pac-Man game at Midway's factory in Franklin Park. There really isn't much to assemble. Some brackets, cables, lights, speakers, and of course the TV monitor. But as production manager Tom Andrus told me, this is what makes Pac-Man Pac-Man. This is the Pac-Man logic board, and Tom, tell me, this is what makes the machine go, huh?
It's just the massive integrated circuits, transistors, resistors, tantalums, capacitors, and diodes.
Little things like that. Workers at the plant don't have much time to play on the job, unless, of course, they happen to be game testers. Then, like Ken Michaels, they get paid to play 9 hours a day. Well, someone's got to do it.
It is kind of nice. It's kind of nice, too, when you go out with your friends and you're at a bar or something and you don't tell them you work here. And you just go up to the Pac-Man and start playing and get a real good score. Freaks them out.
A Pac-Man pro like Ken knows any good player has to approach the game scientifically. You just don't run around the board. You've got to develop patterns through each maze to stay away from trouble and score high. Running a pattern is the secret to winning Pac-Man. Besides knowing patterns, Pac-Man experts know other tricks of the trade. You can win a few friendly bets with this move. Now, monsters, of course, are supposed to eat the Pac-Man. But watch what happens this time. A fluke in the printed circuit board makes this move possible. The Pac-Man runs right through the bad guy. Here's another secret. At the start of any turn, you can hide the Pac-Man right here, and the monsters won't find him. Watch. You can leave the game like this all night and your Pac-Man would be safe, but who'd want to do that? After all, a true Pac-Maniac can't keep his hands off the machine. Some even get the notorious Pac-Man finger blisters from too much shifting. But all Pac-Maniacs can't wait to try their luck through the mazes and beat their highest scores.
52,000.
Sign her up. What about you?
I have no idea. It's a lot lower than hers.
23,000.
Well, you're in my league. You're with the rookies.
190,000.
My best was about 156.
My highest score so far is 199,000.
138,000 or something.
But right now in the country, there's one game that's sweeping everything, and that's Pac-Man. You got Pac-Man, man? Yeah?
Yes, Pac-Mania is everywhere, with no sign of let-up. It's even reached the nightclubs. Listen to comic Al Katz's latest routine at the Comedy Cottage in Rosemont.
It gets so, it hits your mind, and you go all over the place. You walk out of the place like this, right? You play about 6-7 hours, and you just and you get in your car and drive home. You're driving down the road, and you try to eat up all the white lines. Right, and next thing you know, there's a car coming right at you. Boom, throw it in reverse. Here comes a car behind you. Boom, throw it in forward. Go to hit the car on your left, can't do it. It's not blue.
Go in any video arcade and you can find games that crash cars, blow up cities, and destroy aliens, spaceships, even universes. But Pac-Man is different. There's no killing, bombing, or other destruction. Just a little yellow guy swallowing dots and blue meanies. He draws players in bunches with a game that rings the bell. Pac-Man. Once he bites you, it's tough to let go. How far will Pac-Mania go? Well, you can see there already are toys and T-shirts and mugs. But by next year, there are also supposed to be Pac-Man pajamas, sportswear, frisbees and watches, and anything else that might tie in to Pac-Man. Don't go away. We'll be back in a minute. Chef Tell's up next.
"10 days to smoother skin, 10 days to silkier skin, 10 days to younger-looking skin. European women loved it. European doctors tested it. European Collagen Complex did it. Now Revlon brings this exceptional 10-day beauty cream to Chicago. European Collagen Complex is here to go on your skin tonight. 10 days.